Guys, good evening. I'm happy to connect with you all on another day uh, of AMA on our weekly AMA meet. Um, I'm happy to connect with you all today. It's not a usual market, it's a tough market. We definitely need a lot of strong heart to cross this market. It has been one of the deadly crashes, not just in the crypto space, but also in the equity space. Um, so let's discuss about that first. Why the crash? Rajan, hi Rajan, good to see you here. Yeah, so we'll definitely talk about the market crash, Rajan, and how does things look, right? Let's get to an idea of that. How does the next couple of months look? What are people talking about? What can we expect, right? Is the market going to be better or it's going to get worse? Let's discuss all that, guys. First of all, I'm happy to connect with you all today. Um, it's been continuous weekly AMAs that me and Arjun have been trying to do, which is first happy that barring one or two weeks, we've been able to successfully connect with you all during our weekly AMA session. So uh, I'm happy for that first, that I've been able to do that. And it's good to again connect with you all today on this AMA session. Now, yes, not an easy market, not for the weak hearted, not something people have been expecting. We thought when things are going to get better, we again had more communications and tantrums thrown from Trump, which has created a lot of impact in the market. So yes, it's something we'll talk about, and something I also want to discuss. Uh, how the market will look going forward. Uh, um, I'll just wait for a couple of more minutes to let few more people join in, and then get into details of this. So obviously, for the market crash, I'm going to blame it everything on Trump. Not just me. People who are sitting in the equity markets, people who had exposure to the equity markets, be it anywhere in the globe, be it the Asian markets, European markets, or the US markets, you just have one thing to talk about today. Uh, so, yes, uh, the whole world is startled, the whole world is in a lot of unclear status on what's going to happen to the global economy, what's going to happen to the global trades. How is it going to impact the GDP of the nation? How is it going to impact each and every person's business? And how is it going to impact each and every person's savings and their return? So there is a global fear that has spread across. Let's discuss about why that there is a global fear that has spread across, and why markets starting from the Asian markets to the European markets to the US markets, every market has taken a hit. So let's talk about it. Shubh Yatra Services. Good evening, Manji. Good to see you here. Master Play 3R. The great thing today is I get to see you today and chat with you today. I think that is the only great thing that's happening today. Apart from, yes, maybe I can say that comparatively, crypto could have done better, right? Or till this point, it is a bit better than a lot of other equity markets. Um, now, BTC has gone down just 6% compared to other equity markets where the Indian market went down by 3%, guys. So So compared to that, a much newer asset has gone down to a 6%. I know a lot of you people will definitely be pointing out other tokens, especially hodlers of Ethereum, um, people who have been hodling it for a long time, and Ethereum has been something that has not been able to live up to a lot of Ethereum hodlers' expectations, and it's been continuously giving a lot of pressure and stress to the hodlers. But yes, as a token, as a coin, the fundamentals, basics, and everything in Ethereum looks amazing. Now, Ethereum prices improving, Ethereum prices performing. It seems to be something that is related to now the global outlook, which has to get better. Ripple hodlers, I mean, it has been one of the tokens which was giving a lot of comfort to people. It started performing after quite a long time, considering the troubles in the US was over. It was looking extremely positive, right? But Ripple as a token, which is majorly related to, or which will majorly be working for cross-border payments and liquidities and that stuff, is one of those tokens which got greatly hit today, partly because of the fears of the global trades going down, right? Ripple was down 13 percentage in a day, right? That's another not so great thing. Continued by Solana, which was another 13 percentage down. And yes, let me not talk about much about other tokens, which are also greatly down from Cardano to Chainlink and Stellar. Everything is looking red, guys. I mean, the only thing I'm seeing in the charts is anyone below 10 percentage, or is everyone in double digits, 10 percentage and above. So yes, it's not a great market to be. It's ideally a market where you would just sleep off and wake up to a better one. But yes, what had happened? Let's talk about this. AIM, is there a normal crash or worse? I'm new to this type of crash. Please explain, sir. AIM master. We'll talk about it. Al season Epo varum. Guna, I'll definitely talk about alt season. Guna, I'm much more worried about at this point in time Bitcoin than alt. Yeah. So see, the long story short, guys. Now, globally, the markets were worried of Trump tariff wars. We all knew that. But somewhere in between, it felt like other countries will either budge to Trump's pressure, or Trump would also loosen up a bit on tariffs. The, the global market thought that there could be some kind of settlement that could happen, and the markets are not going to go worse, or Trump is not going to fully implement his tariff wars that he's doing. But the sad thing, Trump went ahead, or he looks like he's going to go ahead with all his plans. He's imposed tariffs on almost 180 plus countries. If I'm not wrong, that is the maximum countries that matter. Uh, Majorly, even all the major markets, starting from China, Japan, India, Israel, all other countries. Interestingly, all the countries, even who are considered as allies of US, tariffs have also been imposed on them. Now, this has also continued with China bringing in a retaliatory tax, saying that they'll be taxing a 34 percentage on all the goods coming into China from US. Now, this created a very, very big impact on the market, because this was a beginning of an onslaught of two big powers imposing tariffs on each other. And not just that, yesterday Trump had also given a comment saying that the market has to take the bleeding, or it has to take the pain. Or in Trump's words, the medicine has to be taken. Was the communication from that side, right? So the more or less it meant that Trump will be going ahead with these plans, and the markets will be facing a lot of disturbances, and Trump is expecting the market to undergo the pain of correction and consider this as the new normal. Uh, that is that is a straightforward message that Trump has given. But apart from that, Trump is interestingly also pushing Fed to reduce interest rates, right? Trump has been quoting that, the oil prices have stabilized, inflation is coming down, the job markets are also looking positive, with not much increase, if not stable. So Trump is pushing the Fed to reduce interest rates, right? This is a key thing, guys. Let's talk about it. This is the silver lining we'll have to discuss about. Now, globally, the tariffs and the wars, I don't think there is a news that is going to be soothing. It looks like there is going to be a lot of fights and retaliatory taxes that will keep coming between nations. We'll have to wait for more time to understand how these tariff wars are going to settle down. Now, at this point in time, there seems to be no clarity on how these tariff wars are going to settle down. So, whenever there is very, very less clarity, the markets always react negatively. That is ideally what has happened. The market has reacted negatively considering the fact that China has also come up with retaliatory taxes and US doesn't seem to be budging to the pressures of other nations and going ahead with their tariff wars. So, since there is an uncertainty, there is a lot of volatility that we are noticing in the market. Now, we are not sure if this is the bottom we are hitting or if we are going to face more pressures. But having said that, 75 is considered a uh, very good base that is pushing prices up, though it cracked below 75 and went to 74 800 odds. The prices have pushed again to now around $77,000. So there is a lot of support currently, which is at $77,000, $75,000. We are hoping that the prices will still keep staying above that. Now, is this a normal crash or worse? A must consider this is not something that usually happens because uh, the prices have moved or prices have gone down not because of anything to do with crypto ecosystem, but it has to do with the global market. And if you're invested in equity markets or any markets, today would have been one of your worst days, right? You could have not done much about it today. Um, it is the global market which is under fear. Everyone is trying to see if they can put their money out of or take their money out of any asset which is riskier, be it equity or which is stocks or be it is crypto or any other volatile asset, and they're trying to move to a safer asset. Interestingly, gold even did not move much today, right? There's a bit of a dip, very small dip, but still, right? So it looks like the markets are looking for a safer asset at this point in time than a riskier asset. So yes, it is not something usual, it is unusual, and it is all driven by external forces, majorly Trump. I know Trump had given us pretty good news to be happy in the beginning of November to Feb, and then post which it has been a tough time that Trump has been giving not just to the global markets, global equity markets and other markets, but also to the crypto markets. So we'll have to wait and watch and see what's happening in the tariff wars, guys. That is the key news that you'll have to be following. That is the uh, uh, key pivot that you'll have to be keep focus. You have to keep focusing on. Guna Kids Not 7. Hi, I'm Tamil Arasan. Good to see you here, Tamil Arasan. Al season I mean, so Guna, I think it's going to take some time. We'll have to see if Bitcoin stabilizes first, post which we can look at Al's. Now, there is a lot of wealth that could have been wiped out now. Now, all that has to come back in. Usually, it comes back through Bitcoin and then flows through Al. So, there's a bit of rebuilding that has to happen here. Um, but yes, if you've been in the market for some time, 75K for Bitcoin is one of the best prices that we could have ever imagined. Yes, right? The markets are going to be volatile. The markets are going to be risky. But yeah, if you're someone who's a hardcore crypto guy and who knows in long term cryptos usually give returns, good returns. And this market is ideally something for you to be collecting your gems. Bitcoin being the biggest gem that I could see now. Why Trump not worries about market crash? That's a stupid question. What he? I mean, Aaron, I'm with. I don't know. Yeah, he could have. So, we were very happy in the initial days. Now we're all sad. I know. He's literally taking the whole world. Single-handedly, it looks like it's U.S. versus the whole world that is happening here. I'm pretty sure a lot of other nations would be discussing and putting in pressure on US to bring in some sense, and even if he plans to do something on tariffs, do it in a systemic way rather than just going ahead in single shot. Wish some sense comes in with global leaders coming in. So let's see. Let's we'll have to closely watch this news on tariff. That's for sure. Garden resort, Indian market also crashing. It means a market not dependent on. Um, the market is, I mean, crypto market is also dependent on liquidity, Garden, right? Uh, Now, crypto being a safe asset compared to other general asset, I don't think we've yet reached that position, right? This is one of the examples of that, right? Ideally, if the global market doesn't look great, then more investment should be coming into crypto. We're not seeing that. Crypto is just seen as another investment post equity that you do, right? It is equity plus investments. That's what seems to be happening. So yes, crypto is not there yet in being the alternative asset, but we hope that happens soon. But on the counter side, if you see Bitcoin in particular, there are markets, Germany markets and some Asian markets, which have gone beyond 9% drop today, and Bitcoin has held at 6%, right? So, compared to many other markets, Bitcoin has performed better, is the way I see it. So, Uttam UV, hi sir, XRP will hit the double digit at the end of 2025. I'm not sure, Uttam, but XRP has come out of one of the biggest hurdle it had, right? But if the global market settles down, these tariff war settles down, we have good reason to believe that they could be growing much better, right? It's just the fact that they don't get any bad news or bad sentiments because the troubles in Europe are almost over, and they're mostly focused on partnerships with institutions for transfers or banks, cross-border transfers and stuff like that. I think they'll do a pretty good job there, but that will totally depend upon how the global market economy is going to turn out in 2025. Uh, any update on Pi, COVID and SDA crypto deposits in Giottus, Manij? Um, Maniji, I don't have an update on that as of now. We're still in discussion with the PICE team to and other teams to enable their support, but we're getting very little on them. But our team is in continued discussion, but we'll try our level best to close this soon. Arun, near and IMX and Pancake is a good coin to just fire at any one coin fire and sir in the current bottom. Arun, consider it like this. I know for a lot of people this would be a good time to collect your gems, right? Now, if you're a gem collector and you're not worried about volatility in this market, and if you're not going to be worried about next 6 months if the volatility is going to be there, then ideally, I think uh, most of the tokens which have good fundamentals, right? Be it good layer ones, good layer twos, good DeFi projects, um, right? I'm not particularly naming the project. That is why I'm covering some industries. Uh, and um, Good layer twos as well, right? The trouble with layer twos is it has to be performing close to Ethereum. When Ethereum is taking a lot of hit, I think layer twos will take some more time to start performing better, but uh, you could definitely have your picks on a good layer twos which are around. So yes, so definitely yes, you can pick your gems during this time, but be ready for good volatility. Uh, don't be don't be trading for short intervals. Trade as a long term investor at this point in time. Or if you're good at swing trading, this is going to be good time for you guys. There's going to be a lot of swing that's going to happen in at least next few weeks at least. Shubh Yatra, I mean, see, yes, see, I mean, I run an exchange. I don't know, somewhere it's ironical for me to say the price are low. Let's go buy it. Uh, See, let me put it this way: these are not the ideal prices. See, Bitcoin getting set to $75,000. We know it started the season with $75,000, right? It never ends the season on its bottom, right? And uh, according to most of people, the it's a longer bull market with a lot of volatility is what we will see this time, right? So, so for most of the tokens, it doesn't look like it's the price it will end the season with. Wilzel, shall we afraid for this crash or take as one more chance to buy more? Wilzel, this is considered this way. It's not a crash that has happened because of something that happened within the crypto ecosystem. See, for example, an FTX crash, Luna crash, things like that affected the ecosystem. That will have very long effects, and that will have effects different from other markets like equity markets and everything. This is happening because of a global scenario, a scenario that is affecting every single market. Now, the way we have to see it is crypto market going to be performing better than other markets when you invest? The way I see it is crypto markets are in a better position to perform over a long period of time, not in a short period of time. Okay, if you're choosing tokens with right fundamentals, right, the performance over a longer period of time is going to be much better than other tokens in the market. I mean, other investments in the market is my belief. So you consider that and see if you can make some long-term bets, not short-term bets during this period of time. Kiran Pavel, Aave, Pendle are good DeFi products. I think, Kiran, I'm not going to be suggesting products, but yes, those are some pretty decent DeFi products which have been around for quite some time. Yeah. So Tamil trendies, when will we expect meme coin? Oh, Tamil trendies, meme coin is going to be having one of its most volatile time periods. Uh, I'm not even sure if the markets for meme will settle down anytime soon. But please get into investments into other solid tokens, other tokens which are having fundamental. This is your time to correct your portfolio. Uh, this is the time when most of the take tokens, good tokens, are at a very good price, right? Most of them are at the lowest of when the season has started. It usually doesn't end like that, right? So please correct your portfolio. Don't go running behind meme coin again. At least start correcting now. Have you? I'm skipping airdrops, guys. I'm not discussing much on airdrop. Wilzil ship, sorry, Wilzil. I'm not going to be extremely bullish on any meme coin when globally, because of a scenario, even a token like Bitcoin is under pressure. A token like Ethereum is under pressure. I don't see uh, meme coins getting any frenzy or getting any particular investments that are going to come in. So that's quickly from my side, guys. I wish you all look into long term investment at this point. Choose some tokens which are going to hold for long term. right? Uh, this is going to be a scenario where your portfolio that you're going to make now, after 3 to 6 months, it is going to define how your portfolio is going to look in the next year, right? So make sure you utilize this time period, restructure your portfolio, make sure that you put in only on tokens which have good fundamentals in it, right? Stick to the top tokens, focus your portfolio more on the top tens, right? And then 10 to 20% spread across maybe. But this is an ideal time for a lot of you people to recorrect your portfolio. That's my ideal suggestion. Um, Now, the good part is that I want to talk about is Trump is pushing the Fed to correct interest rates. Now, that is one news. There's another quarter which is talking about the Fed may not be touching interest rates during this year and will be pushing it to the next year. Now, that's not a great news if they push it to the next year. But if Trump is successful in pushing the Fed to reduce the interest rates, because obviously what the Fed usually sees is inflation, is it going up or down, unemployment rate, it's going up or down, and in both the cases it looks like inflation is going down, unemployment rate stabilized, and maybe increase, but not go down further. So that means that Fed has room to increase interest rates. So when the Fed increases interest rates, there'll be more liquidity in the market, and when there's liquidity market, it will get into equity markets and crypto markets, which will again be good for the crypto market. So that is another news that you'll have to watch out for. What is happening in the interest rate corridor? What is the Fed speaking? I think that will become very critical in the days for us, days going forward for us. So that's quickly from my side, guys. Yes, the market is a scary market. It looks red, uh, uh, to the extreme. But yes, uh, not uh, every investor gets a chance to buy when the prices are low, and not every investor can make long-term bets, right? But if you're seeing some tokens which have good fundamentals, I think this is the ideal time to make a long-term bet, not a short-term bet, right? Don't think about in 2 to 3 months, I'll quickly swap it and then make money. This is not the market for that, right? Ideally, you'll make some long-term bets. And when the market gets better, these long-term bets, along with few other bets you're going to make, is going to give you a very good portfolio return, is what I think. So that's quickly Wilzil. Yet I'm not going to talk much about it, Wilzil. It is fundamentals are so great, but their prices has been disappointing a lot of hodlers. I know I like the token, but the prices, all the action that are happening in it, I feel so bad for all the hodlers, including me. Right? I also hold Ethereum, but yes, maybe in long. I mean, it's an extremely long term token that you have to look at. Okay, guys, it was great talking to you all. It was wonderful discussing with you all during this AMA. I know the market is tough, but it is during these tough times you can make your best bets, which will give you better returns in future. So if you're someone who can make your better bets, who has a stronger heart, uh, uh, to uh, to uh, to buy at good price ranges for long-term investment, this is the market you should look at. So with that quick advice, I'll wrap up today's AMA session. It was good connecting with you all. Let's just hope that the market gets better and we have a better week going forward to discuss much more fruitful things apart from being worried only about prices. So that's quickly from my side, guys. It was good connecting with you all. Till next week, 6 p.m. Thank you. Goodbye.